gentlemen, boys and girls, we got a beer that'll rock your world. What up, ladies and gentlemen? We are the Kissing Cousins, Skinny Jeans,
Tad the Tank.
This is Off the Tap. You already know who we are. You've been following us for weeks now. You've been checking out our reviews. You've been going out. You've been buying the beers that you like already, right? Probably not.
Well, we hope so.
We hope so. All right, let's get it started. This week, we're going back to a brewery we've already done. It wasn't intentional. It was something that I just kind of picked up at the liquor store because
Just kind of caught your eye.
yeah, it caught my eye. I thought it sounded and thought it can looked cool. Of course, that's how I buy all my beer.
And a big old cigar on it.
And I knew that I liked this brewery anyway, so I was like, hey, let's give it a shot. Had a couple left over. I said, Cuzzo, you want to throw a brewery
Let's
review?
knock her out.
Yeah, let's do another review real quick. So, Cigar City, man. This place...
We actually had a really good review last time.
Right?
I'm actually impressed with it, and I think this is going to be a good beer, too.
Yeah, it was the Cigar Citra Pale Ale. We enjoyed that a lot, considering we have done 2 reviews on citrus beers. The first one was garbage. That one was fantastic. We liked that one a lot. So we decided, why not? Let's hit it back up. I had a couple left over. This brewery, as you know, we're not going to dive into the history, how many barrels they produce a year. Go back, check out the Cigar, and everything's on there as far as
All their
you should
information's on there, or visit their website, even.
know. Their website is incredible. That's where
Like,
we
it's-
get a lot of
that's-
our information on these beers, hops, you know, the history and stuff like that.
Their website is one of the most user-friendly for somebody that is into beer
Right.
for a breakdown layout.
They had, okay, so you can click on like their invoice as far as how you could do ordering of these beers. It had the little barcodes at the bottom. It had the hops, it had a description, it went into full detail of like IBUs, it had different websites that give it other ratings. Ours is obviously the only rating you need to know. And it was very impressive. There were links all over. It said, what's the deal with the cans? It was a link. You could click on that. It gave you a reason why they only use cans, which is basically because it saves on a whole lot of other things than bottling and other crap like that.
Goes back to that safe environment.
Right. So, this is, like we said, Cigar City Brewing Company, and we are doing the Invasion Tropical IPA. So, I've had a couple different tropical IPAs. The most notable one I've had was Torpedo from Sierra Nevada, and that was fantastic.
Doing anything coming out of there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree that, dude, that brewery, I want to go there.
Right.
That's a destination I'd love to make. Like,
Any tropical pale ale that I have tried, though, I have not disliked. So, I figured,
I think it's gonna
Why
be a
not?
good one. It smells amazing. Like, it smells really good.
yeah.
So a little bit about it. You already said it. It's a tropical, so you get those aromas of like your mangoes and your tangerines and sour pour. I don't know what that is, but
Great research.
but I will research that and I will post it when we post this video what it is, for sure. I just want to do the review right away.
Well,
I really do.
Let's get into how some of these things are done, basically. Okay, so we had a little bit of conflict with the IBUs. You want to jump into that? Which is
Yeah, actually,
which is its level of bitterness. It's on a percentage scale from 1 to 100.
I'm gonna say the can's right because there's probably millions of these going around,
Right.
or at least hundreds of thousands. I know that,
Yeah.
and it says 50 IBUs.
Mm-hmm.
Their website says 36.
So it was. I told you I would go off the can, and it might have been a misprint on the website because they actually probably went through and looked and edited and checked things out and proofread before they sent this can out. So I'm assuming that the can is correct.
Oh, I just found this out about their hops too.
Oh.
Mosaic hops are back in here. It didn't show this on their site, but it says it's dry hop with mosaic hops.
Also, it's dry hopped with mosaic hops.
So there's still a hop in there, and we know a lot about, well, not a lot about the mosaic, but we've had quite a few beers now that have it in it.
We've drank a lot of beers, and the reason why we did multiple mosaics after our
the
first
one was a bad review, and it was a citrus.
Yeah.
So it's in here.
Perfect.
Go figure. It didn't say it on their site, so.
Well, along with the mosaic, it has Galaxy, Moteca, Simcoe, Amarillo, and Pacifica hops. So, just like their Guayabera, they just load up on all sorts of
different hops. They have different flavors, different spices going on. Like you got your orange, your lemon, limes. Like a spicy note to a lot of these.
A lot of what we looked into, though, I would say 3 out of the 5 were all aroma based.
Yep.
So they were.
So and you can tell it just by smelling it. I don't know if you smelled it yet, but if you smell it, there is so many different flavors you're smelling.
It definitely has that tropical.
And then there's the 2 that have the bittering.
Yep.
The one's like a middle bitter, so it's not a lot. Which you're gonna get that for the IBUs that they have. It's a mid-range.
Right. Well, yeah.
So I think this is actually it's less than the last one they had, or no, it's more.
I think it's more
on the IBUs. So I'm interested to see what it's gonna taste like, because that last beer we had, it was good from start to finish. I do remember that, and I don't see why this one wouldn't be the same. It's just more tropical, so they added different hops to get that tropical flavor. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be awesome. We need to try it.
All right, so Galaxy hops are gonna have a high oil content, which might give that. There might be a reason why this has a little bit of a hazier look to it, because it's more oily.
Speaking of haze and like the head on this,
tons of head.
Like if you look at the color in here, you can see like a greenish tint on some of it. It's not the glass are clean, I promise. But you can see like a greenish tint, and what causes head in a beer is like your proteins from your, what is it? I messed it up. But it's from your hops, your yeast, and it says beer proteins. So that's just like all your stuff together, like your grains and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and like this thing, it was half head when we poured it.
It
And
was
we don't even
more
pour
than
it
half.
through the can.
It was more than half head, and I was like, I need to finish pouring this.
Yeah, and it was so much. And now that I look at it, I can see like that tint of the hops, the green hops.
Right.
Just in like the little head that's on the outside of the glass, which is crazy because this is loaded with so many varieties of hops.
Right.
That, all right, I get it now. Like now when we get beer, we can understand why it's like this.
Well, exactly. So like I said, the Galaxy hops is high in oil content. It's going to be more for aroma. Galaxy hops is going to try to hit you with a citrus and passion fruit, and then you have your I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. It's Motueka. I'm saying Moteca.
Moteca hops.
So there was 2 hops that were in here that were New Zealand hops. All right. This one's gonna have more of your lime flavoring.
There's lime and lemon in this one for sure.
Yep.
And it's followed up with a little bit of hint of orange, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And then we go on to the Simcoe, which is gonna be a very bitter hop. That's basically what's giving this
the bittering agent to this beer.
I would say that is basically the heart and soul of what's making it a pale ale.
Because the other bittering hops is a mild one that we already talked about.
Yeah, and the Simcoe is meant to be smooth. So the Pacifica hops, that is the next one, the 4 out of the 5 that we researched, that one is going to also be more of an aroma hop. That's the second one that is a New Zealand hop. That's going to be more citrus and floral. Like, that's why when you smell this thing...
With hints of a spice, I believe.
Nope. That's the next one. That's the Amarillo. So that one's going to have a medium strength aroma to it, and it's not going to be as, like, potent, but that's going to be very floral. It's going to be spicy, like you just mentioned, and it's going to have a hint of orange. So... I tell you what, you can't stop smelling it. I
smell so many different aromas in this. Like, I don't get a spice to it really. There's just so many fruit flavors. Like,
yeah.
I can smell orange. I can definitely smell lime. I don't smell much of the mango, which
might be in the taste.
There should be a bunch of it. I hope it's in the taste. I don't like mango really doesn't, like, if you smell like an actual mango, Like, bite it and then smell it.
Yeah.
There's not much of a smell to it. But you smell, like, you do that to an orange or whatever, like, you can smell those aromas.
Yeah.
So I think mango is going to be something that we're going to have to taste. And
well, that's maybe the mango instead of the orange. That gives it a good combination with the rest of the hops, so you get the full effect of everything that's in there versus overpowering of one or the other.
Right.
So let's get into our review. We do appearance, smell, mouthfeel, and taste. Then we do an overall, and then we let you know this beer might not be good for this, but we'll let you know if this is something that if you're trying to get somebody into trying craft beer, if this is good or maybe down the road.
I'm going to go in reverse with this one. I'm going to let you know right now this is probably not something you're going to start with.
Right. I would say right off the bat.
Right off the bat, you're not going to want to start
one,
with this beer.
it's a pale ale. For two, it's a tropical pale ale with a lot going on, so it might be better than
might
most.
blow your taste buds out the water.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Appearance. This is a tropical pale ale with all the hops that are in there.
There's a bunch of hops in it. It's a little bit hazy.
It's not as dark as I thought an IPA should be, but it is a tropical. So with all the different hops that are in there, because they're citrusy, more of them are for aromas. There is some floral in there.
It's going to be a haze to it, though.
I think it's spot on.
I'm giving this a pretty high rating. Like this brewery knows what they're doing. Whether they don't know what they're doing or they know what they're doing, they know what they're doing. Plain and simple, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Wow, say that again.
But it's spot on for what I would expect for that beer.
What are you giving it for appearance?
I'm giving it an 8.7, which is pretty high.
I'm going to give it a 7.9 because I thought it should have been a little bit darker.
Maybe
I know I probably should have compensated for some of the hops that are in there and that it's a tropical pale ale, but I still would have expected, being a pale ale, that it would have been a little darker.
Gold color?
Yeah, so 7.9. Now the smell.
Smell is high. This thing, I'm giving it an 8.8.
Wow.
8.8. That's my highest rating for smell, I believe, is 8.8, and this is phenomenal.
I think I gotta be right there with you.
That's like
not to copy you, but maybe I'll go with an 8.8 myself.
8.8, dude. Like, this is good.
I've had a few different tropical pale ales, man. I've talked about the Sierra Nevada Torpedo. Dude, that one doesn't smell nearly as good as this does.
Dude, there's so much going on in your nose hairs.
It confuses you. You don't know what you're smelling, which is great.
Hopefully it tastes like that.
All right, taste and mouthfeel. Let's go.
Looking for that prickly. Oh, jeez. Not what I expected. It's smooth.
It's very smooth. It's flatter than I thought it would be. It's not as carbonated. It doesn't have as much of a prickly feel to it.
And it doesn't have that bitter kick in your mouth.
It's starting to hit me a little bit more, but it's not immediate.
It's like a disappointment to me. That's not cool.
That's not cool. I still think this is a good beer.
It's a good beer, but taste I gotta rate low. Mouth feels low.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.8 for both.
Mouthfeel didn't give me...
I didn't get any prickly feeling at all.
I got a little bit. The carbonation definitely wasn't as much as I expected.
With all that head that we had on there, dude, I thought it was gonna kick me right in the face.
Yeah.
Man, this whole beer world's confusing me. We had a beer that looked like absolute crap and turned out to be a great beer. Now we got this beer. Smells awesome, looks awesome, and it doesn't taste that great.
Do you think maybe they did too much with the hops?
Unless this is what they were trying to get with it, more of that aroma to draw you in.
That could be.
Because this could be, I'm not going to lie. I recant my statement from earlier. This could be a starter IPA. The smells are there because of the fruitiness of it, like the fruity aromas.
Yeah.
That's there. And the smoothness of it. I would probably start somebody off with this as an IPA. So I'm going to recant that, and I'd call it a starter.
If you're getting someone into IPAs, maybe a tropical might be the way to go because of the aromas, because it's going to be a little fruitier.
Yeah, it's going to draw somebody in that might not be too bad.
Right.
That's only if they know what they're doing when it comes to smelling beer. Like, you can't just be like, oh, that's too much. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta be able to smell the citrus and stuff in it.
Mouthfeel, it had the things that I was looking for, just not as strong for being a pale ale. So, I'm going to go a little higher than you because I still got some of it. You said you didn't. I'm going to go with 6.2. Not bad, not great. Taste, I had... Because I had
high expectations on this.
I bought this about 2 weeks ago, and I had multiple beers when I drank this. I don't,
So it tasted great.
So I don't quite remember what it tasted like at the time. That's why I thought maybe we should do a review. Yeah, I think this is a decent beer, but I tell you what, I keep referring back to the Torpedo by Sierra Nevada, and I think I prefer that more than this.
If I could take this smell and put it in that beer,
yeah,
perfect.
I think I'm going to go 5.6 for taste.
Ooh. Dude, like, I don't want to rate this beer low.
I don't.
It smells phenomenal.
I think it's more or less the disappointment.
When it comes to a beer, it's more about mouthfeel and taste.
Yeah.
Than anything else.
Well, that's what you're doing with it. You're not buying beers to smell them.
I'm not smelling them. I'm drinking them. I'm not going to get drunk with smelling beer.
So, I know that I rated this low, and I should...
My overall, I will rate it. It's going to be average. I went with an 8.8, and I'm going to rate it in the middle at like a 6.2.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a little higher than that. I think I'll give it a 6.4, but it's not...
It's kind of a disappointment.
It was a little bit disappointing.
I think I'm just more let down by from the smell leading me on.
Yeah.
Like, I was pretty jacked about this. Like, it
So was
smells
I.
so good. Like, I poured my beer, and we had to do our whole picture stuff to take pictures for posting, and I smelled it, and I licked the foam a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this should be pretty good.
You're always licking the foam. All right, well,
that's
6.4 overall for me.
6.2.
Alrighty. We're the Kissing Cousins. I'm Skinny Jeans.
I'm Chad the Tank.
Make sure to hit us up on our Instagram. Off the Tap.
Yeah, we have another one going.
Yeah, Off the Tap 2018. Our email is offthetap2018@gmail.com. And our Facebook is Off the Tap. Did I get the email wrong?
Yes, you did.
Yep, it's Off the Tap GB 2018
there we go.
@gmail.com. I knew that I screwed one of them up. Make sure to follow us on our social media. Make sure to check out our Instagram. We got tons of pictures going up.
Subscribe, like.
Yeah, our YouTube
comment.
channel. You're going to find this on YouTube.
You sure will. Off the Tap, YouTube. This is where we post everything. Well, not everything. We're working on adding more to it now, I think. We have decided we're going to start doing probably cocktail videos pretty soon to our YouTube.
Yep.
Beer reviews, and maybe our fermentable segment when we get that rolling.
Yeah, when we get that rolling, we'll definitely do that.
So
we got a lot going on, a lot of cool stuff. We still have the giveaway, so 250 total likes. We'll be giving away a set of homemade coasters. Right here, yeah.
Pretty sweet. You're not getting that one, that's mine. I took the Wisconsin Brewing Company just because that's where we're based out of. And that's home, man.
Yeah, so that being said, cheers.